Welcome back, fellow milk drinkers, to yet another Monday Milk Review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Caramel White Chocolate. This is a really weird flavor because I do think it's simply a repackaging of the Oak Gold, but no one has been able to confirm this yet. I actually talked to Sebastian, one of our resident milk drinkers, about this quite a while ago, and I've been hunting for it since. I finally found it, and just at least in Queensland, the only place it's going to be stocked is Woolworths. On the packaging, it has Woolworths written. This is actually a Woolworths exclusive oak flavored milk, which is really strange to see because from memory, the Oak Gold was actually a Coles exclusive. So it's almost like we've seen the flavor kind of be retired and then brought back with only someone else. I'm not too sure if Oak Gold is still circulated. I haven't really seen it in a while. Before we get into this milk, I just want to let everyone know, even though I don't respond quickly, I read literally every message and I had to share something. I've forgotten the user's name, but check that out. That is so out of pocket. It's funny. It's definitely funny, but you probably shouldn't be saying that about the hot kid flavored milk. Moving right along, let's have a look at this packaging. It's really nice. I love the way that these colors tie in together. We've got that kind of creamy, then goes into that caramel brown. Oh, it's such a nice mixture. I have to be honest with you. The red ties in really nicely because it's all warm tones. Oh, a pinnacle of package design. Although it is in the carton, which I don't really like cartons so much, to be honest. I much prefer a bottle so you can seal it and have it later. Speaking of carton, the carton is 600 milliliters and it's going to be a 2-serving drink. If you're interested in the nutritional information, I'll put that up for you now. But with that aside, let's get straight into this milk. We're going to give it a good old shake first. Now let's open it up. Getting a smell from the inside. Ooh. The caramel definitely has a very strong presence. I can't really smell white chocolate. I think of all of the chocolates, it's probably got one of the weakest smells, in my opinion at least. Let's pour it into the glass now. Well. It's a very cream color. It's quite light. You wouldn't mistake it for something like normal milk. I would say it could be almost comparable to the vanilla malt, but I would say this is still a little darker than that. On top of the glass, I'm noticing some bubbles. The thickness looks pretty good. That's kind of what you expect from oak. So let's get into that flavor. Wow, that is very sweet, but it's also really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is very likely just a repackaging of Oak Gold. That isn't a bad thing, it's a pretty good flavor, but I do feel like this flavor is starting to get a little bit overdone. We've seen now, I think, Brown's Dairy do it as well, so, you know, there's some options out there. I think between the two, Oak is gonna come out overall better than the Brown's Dairy. Brown's Dairy just didn't really enter the market too successfully with their flavor repertoire, and only I think the Gold was any good. The other two I absolutely do not recommend. The strongest note of this milk is definitely the caramel. The white chocolate takes a very far back seat. I in fact don't really think I can pick it apart. You could only really credit it to a general sweetness. It doesn't really taste like white chocolate. It's a caramel which isn't as forthcoming as a pure caramel drink. I still think it's delicious. This is definitely one drink that I'm gonna very easily finish. I guess the only drawback is that we've kind of seen this flavor before and by other competitors. It doesn't really stand out in terms of what else is on the market. Yeah, it's good, and if you like this flavor, it's great that this is gonna be more accessible to you, but did we need this flavor again? Why was Gold ever shelved? Why didn't we just keep Gold, and why did Caramel White Choc appear? I think really because it hasn't changed, I have to give it the rating that it got last time, which is just an 8 out of 10. It tastes very much like the Cadbury's White Chocolate Gold, whatever that was called, Caramilk. It was called Caramilk. It tastes like that in a liquid form. So if you've had Caramilk before, you'll probably like this drink. If you don't have much of a sweet tooth, you'll probably want to skip over this one, but if you do enjoy your sweet flavored milks, you definitely want to give this one a try. So whilst you may be mistaking this one as a new flavored milk, do remember that this is just the old gold. But that about wraps us up for this week's episode of the Monday Milk Review. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please drop a like on this video and maybe even consider subscribing. I do endeavor to make a new video every Monday, but sometimes I have to take the day off. But thank you once again, and I'm gonna see you next week, hopefully in the Monday Milk Review. Bye bye!